Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about your saved schools, or as we call it, your My List. First of all, the way you save schools is as simple as clicking on any of the school's hearts or unclicking. As soon as you do that, you can click the beating heart on the upper right side, and that will take you directly to your saved schools. These schools you can interact with just like you can on the other pages. Um, Over here, we have the key, which is based on the red zone GPA, which we have found to be a very overall accurate way to determine students' odds of getting into schools. Dark red or reach, high target or orange, yellow or target, light green or low target, and dark green or safe. So a good list will have almost a proportion that looks like this, if that were a list of schools. Over here, this student looks like a lot of students do in the beginning. They have a lot of red schools and a lot of orange and a kind of shrimpy amount of yellow and green. This is only a viable list. First of all, there's too many schools here, but just for pure workload and expense. But a lot of students or some students will find a school that they really like and they're happy with that school as their main safe school. They can afford it. They visited it. They really feel comfortable, and that may reduce the number of safe schools. But in general, that's not something we encourage people to do. We like our students to get a lot of safe schools so that they can compare scholarship offers in a lot of cases. Because once you start to see returns on these schools, you'll see a lot of the dark green and light green also implies money is going to be coming your way because they're going to be incentivizing you. So say this is what we call, a light bulb shaped list where it's top heavy. A lot of the energy is being put up in the red zone, in the red area here. And also when you open schools, just to point out, you will see the line over here is red. That's indicating that this is a reach school for you. If I open up one down here, it's green. This also is the same if on this part of the list. We didn't want to kind of scare everybody by constantly putting the colors over here. But when you do open a school, you will see by the sides where you place in comparison to that school. And then over here in the common overlaps, we're also using the same color scheme. So these are schools that are common overlaps with SMU that are safe, low target, high target, and reach. So now when I have a list that looks like this, what do I want to do? Well, of course, this is where the blue list comes in really handy. Now I'm going through, I'm comparing and contrasting the schools. I'm clicking on everything from the politics to watching videos to making notes, checking out the majors, checking out the course catalogs, and really starting to slim it down. So I'm going to speed up time and space here. And I'm going to say I went through these schools, and these are all the ones that I realized I was not going to be applying to. Cut out a couple more. UCs are all in one application, so it's easy to keep a bunch of those guys on there or gals. All right, I'm going to trim this one down a little bit as well. And then I'm looking at my list. I'm like, all right, I'm still a little bit top heavy here. What's my next move? My next move is to really think that I need some more schools that are yellow and green. So I may go back to my search, page, and let me actually go back and look again. So I realized that it's around 4.0 between a 3.9 to 4.0 that it changes from yellow to orange, on down to like a 3.1. So I'm going to search now between I'm gonna go 3.1 to a 3.9. And I'm just going to search these schools. Now that they came up, they're still in population order, which is how we do it, but I'm going to switch it to red zone GPA order. So now I can look at these schools, and let's say I've done my research, I've gone in, I've checked this school out. I was like, ooh, that one looks good. I'm going to add that one, and I'm going to add this one, And I'm still going down, and I'm going to add Syracuse and Drexel. And then I'm going to keep going down, UVM and Skidmore. And what the heck, because these schools, a lot of times at the lower end, do not have extra supplemental essays. I might toss on a couple of other schools. Again, this list is probably going to be oversized, but one of the things we say is it's kind of like a Amazon shopping cart. Keep throwing things in and filtering out as you go. Don't try to keep the list one size. So now I probably have overpopulated, my safe area. And so I might be like, okay, probably not, you know, probably not, and looked at it in close. And now I'm starting to get more of a list. As you get closer, then you will be the time that you actually start to look at the number of supplemental essays these schools have, how much work is required to do those, and then really kind of wrap your head around the workload and the expense, and also the timeline, which you will use the app trackers for, which will kind of guide you through in another video. All right, everybody, happy listing.